Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. We're fast approaching this huge game on the weekend against Liverpool on Sunday. What will you be expecting from this game? A loss, a draw, or do you think United will go out there and do a job on Liverpool? You never ever know with this United team. Talking about this United team, we're going to be discussing this whole huge rumour that's going around, the reports coming out of Ten Hag getting the sack and Graham Potter becoming the new manager of Man United. What do you think of these reports, and do you feel that this is a good move or a bad move for United? We're going to be discussing this and a lot more in today's show, so make sure you stick around, make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you're new to the Man United stream channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and opinions. Okay, so let's kick off today's show with this huge news coming out from The Sun, from all newspapers, so you have to take this with a huge pinch of salt, which is that Man United are lining up Graham Potter as a new manager for the club. In this report by The Sun, we're being told that Ineos have spoken to Graham Potter. They really want him to take over at United. What is this? I mean, yesterday we were discussing how Ten Hag is going to stay on at United, how the Glazers really, number one, can't sack him because of the financial implications, and number two, how he is still doing well. He still has a chance of getting United into that Champions League top 4 position and will still have a chance of proving himself. But right now, we're hearing this news coming out. I mean, there's no smoke without the fire. We accept that. We accept that there are discussions being had behind closed doors about Ten Hag. And of course, Ineos and Ratcliffe will be looking at this situation and probably will want to come in and bring in their own man as the new manager. Let us know in the comments below, actually, what you think about this news report and whether you think Graham Potter should replace Ten Hag, or do you think Ten Hag should stay? Now, we at this show, at the channel, have always maintained our position that we need to back the manager. We need to keep hold of our manager. He's a great manager. We think he has made mistakes. No doubt he's made mistakes. Every manager makes mistakes, and especially with the injuries that we've got, with the other issues going on around the club, not on the pitch, with the takeover. Of course, it's not going to be an easy job to keep the focus of the players and himself on the pitch. Of course, that is the problem. We're disappointed. We're disappointed that we've not qualified for the Champions League's next round, and of course it's embarrassing and we haven't played good football. But you cannot just simply get rid of the manager and lay the blame entirely on him. The players have to take some blame. The structure around the manager and the people around the manager have to take blame. What happens to the owners? What happens to the board? Why are they not responsible? Why are they not taking some of this heat off the manager? That's what the question is. The manager is not the only person running this club. You might like to think that he is, but he isn't. He does not make every single decision that impacts the team on the pitch. There's lots and lots of things going on. You could even argue pre-season, the tour around the US, flying around, jetting around, the just sheer schedule, the grueling schedule for the players might be the cause of why all these players have been getting injured this season. I mean, there has to be a reason why our players, more than any other team out there, are being injured. Some people are saying that it's probably to do with Ten Hag and the way he's training the players. I do not believe that. You look across the city and you've got Pep Guardiola, and he is renowned for making his players work very hard during training. And you do not hear a peep out of that. You don't hear that they are struggling with training. Is it the players or is it the schedule? It could be both. I'm not going to say it's one. It could be that these players have got such bad habits, they've got into such bad habits with other managers not having to work hard, that they feel Ten Hag coming in and making them work hard is not what they want. And the first thing you'd do, of course, you'd throw your dummy out the pram. You'd say, oh, I don't like the manager. I don't want to train. We had an example of that with Sancho, where he said, look, I'm training hard, but we've all been hearing news and we've heard reports from other players saying that Sancho would turn up late consistently. Even though he'd get fined, even though he'd face other sanctions, he wouldn't care. He'd still turn up late to training every single day. Now, that is unacceptable. You would not be allowed to do that at any other workplace, and especially not where a place where everyone are joining in on training together. You shouldn't be turning up late, and you're getting paid thousands of pounds a week. Why would you turn up late? That's my question. Anyway, coming back to this Ten Hag situation and Graham Potter. Why would the situation change under Graham Potter? How would it change under Graham Potter? That's my question. The reality is we've had top managers at United since Sir Alex Ferguson left. We have had Louis van Gaal, we've had Jose Mourinho, managers with a lot of pedigree and a lot of success at other clubs. These top managers have come to United and eventually got the sack. But the question we have is, are we pointing the finger at the wrong person once again? We always point the finger at the manager and get rid of the managers. But it seems like that doesn't resolve the issue. That's happened many times. We've done this again and again. So what makes us think that getting rid of Ten Hag will change the situation? Will bringing Graham Potter in make any difference to the club? Might do, short-term wise. Yes, it always does. There's a new manager bounce back. We always see that. But then, are we going to be back in this position in 2 seasons' time? Are we? I think we are. So we need to start looking elsewhere. The problem is that we've got a leak elsewhere. We've got an issue elsewhere, and we're trying to fix the same thing again and again. And it doesn't actually work. We're doing the same thing, which is replacing the manager. But we should now start looking elsewhere. We need to start looking at the players. We need to start looking at the board. We need to start looking at the people around the club and why this seems to carry on and on without any change. Will Ineos and Ratcliffe make a difference? Possibly. We're not quite sure what their involvement it will be at United and how much power they will yield at United. And that will only come to fruition once we actually see what their role is at United and whether the Glazers will have any say whatsoever when it comes to footballing matters, or whether Ratcliffe and Ineos will have complete carte blanche about anything they want to do regarding footballing matters. Will they come in and replace Ten Hag? Massive question mark. Massive question mark. I personally think they shouldn't do anything with Ten Hag. They need to actually give him time and back him properly. I think what we find is in the second season of every manager at United that we've had, they just simply pull the plug. And we need to start backing our managers, and we need to start backing Ten Hag. We know that he can get the team playing really good football. We know that he has got a style of play that he wants to implement, and he's not been able to do that with the injuries that we've had this season, with the players themselves. He's trying to play a different play style that these players might not necessarily be comfortable with and might not want to play in that play style because it doesn't suit them. But we need to start looking at United as a club, not what these players want to play like. We want to play like United, so even if these players leave and new players come in, the style of play does not change, and that is the most important thing that we need to implement under this new manager. And we need to allow Ten Hag that time to actually carry out this dramatic change at the club. He's trying to do this. You can see that he's trying to bring change at the club, and there'll be lots and lots of resistance within the club and even within the fan base of seeing this kind of transition from playing like we were playing, and now he wants to change and be on the aggressive side and be on the front foot. We need to allow the manager to implement them changes. It's not going to be easy. We're going to see teams destroy United. We're going to see United not play well, but we need to accept that this is what is necessary. In fact, this situation reminds me of what Ralph Rangnick said when he left United, which was that Man United need open heart surgery. And this is what Ten Hag is trying to do right now. We have to accept that it's not an easy task. He is juggling the players. He's trying to get them to play a different way. It hasn't worked. Now he's going back to the drawing board. He needs to get the best out of these players, and we need to back him. And we cannot sack him whilst he's halfway through the process. Bringing Graham Potter in is just going to send us back to day one again, and we're going to have to restart the whole process once again. And Graham Potter, look, he might be a good manager. I don't want to say he's a bad manager or he's not good enough for United, but right now, is he any better than Ten Hag? That's what my question is. Is he clear of Ten Hag? And I don't think he is. I don't think he's any better than Ten Hag. So why would you place like for like or someone who might not even be on the same level as Ten Hag? That is my question to many fans out there. What do you think about Potter, and do you think he would actually make any difference? And do you think it would actually stop what's happening at United? That is my question. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this news report and everything that's going on around United. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You're watching the Man United Stream channel, a channel by the fans for the fans.